President Trump's decision to launch this decisive action against Iran is the single most important decision of his presidency. I think he laid out powerfully and effectively why he is taking this action. He is taking this action because the government of Iran is a profound and malign influence. They have been the leading state sponsor of terrorism for 47 years. Mm-hmm. They have, over that time, killed nearly 1,000 Americans. They provide more than 90% of the funding for Hamas. They provide more than 90% of the funding for Hezbollah. My counsel to him was that the Iranian regime has never been weaker, that it was teetering, and now was the time. My advice was, do not miss this opportunity. I think the president has acted boldly, he's acted decisively, and Iran no longer being led by a theocratic, murderous dictator, that makes America much, much safer.
No leader has had the courage of Donald Trump, no leader, to take on a brutal dictatorship head on and cut not only the head off the snake, but his mullahs as well. And a massive credit to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who's fought terror while being abandoned by so-called allies in the West. Iranians far and wide are celebrating. Even Iran State TV has reportedly been hacked and is showing replays of President Trump calling on Iranians to rise up against the regime.
Attacking you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future.
Joining me now is US-Israeli journalist and commentator Emily Schrader in Tel Aviv. Emily, thank you so very much for your time. Really appreciate it. What a weekend it's been. Firstly, your reaction to everything that's happened.
Oh man, I don't even know where to begin. First of all, thank you for having me on. It's been absolutely incredible, and I think I haven't fully processed it. I mean, I'm not even Iranian, but think about people who have waited for this day for 47 years. There are people who fled that country, who had to rebuild their entire lives and entire families. People I grew up with in Los Angeles who suffered for many, many years, whose families have suffered under the leadership of Ali Khamenei, and suddenly in an instant, it's gone. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Pure elation on the part of Israelis here who have suffered because of Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, all of these terror proxies of the regime and their genocidal ideology, but also for the Iranian people who are still suffering under this regime. And as you put it so eloquently, no other leader has had the courage to do what President Donald Trump, say what you will about him, you might like some of his policies, you might hate others, but he has done the right thing that no one else was willing to do in this situation. And for that, I can only applaud him.
Absolutely. And I do want to get to Donald Trump. But I mean, in your view now, is this really the end of the regime, or is complete liberation premature? How much risk is involved now?
Well, I think anytime you're talking about military activity, there's a lot of risk involved. I mean, I don't want to pretend like everything is rainbows and butterflies. This is a war, and wars are very dangerous. And we have already seen casualties on both sides. Today, there was a ballistic missile that hit Israel, and we've seen almost nonstop sirens here in Tel Aviv. I've been reporting most of the time from my own bomb shelter. So There are people who are dying. It's very high risk. However, it is the beginning of the end. And the reality is that you cannot change the reality on the ground, not only in Iran, but in the entire Middle East, if you're not dealing with the regional threat. This isn't a self-contained regime. Not that that's okay either. When we look at North Korea, for example, it's an awful, oppressive place where they're systematically abusing their own population, but they're not doing it abroad as well. When we look at the Islamic regime in Iran, this is a regime that is founded on exporting this genocidal ideology for now 47 years. And we've seen the results of that. The destabilization of Iraq, of Yemen, of Syria, of Lebanon. The list goes on and on and on. And the longer we wait to deal with this problem, the harder it's going to be and the more painful and frankly more bloody it's going to be. But I'm glad that somebody stepped up to put an end to this once and for all. We have a long ways to go still. We need to ensure that the IRGC itself is completely dismantled, not just the Ayatollah Khamenei, which is a great first step, but only a first step. And then we need to ensure that there is a transition that is as peaceful and stable as possible. Now, everything is not going to go smoothly because anytime you have a regime change, there are endless challenges. But I do believe it's possible. I do believe that the future is bright for the people of Iran and for the nation of Iran. And of course, I'm a bit biased, but for the Iran-Israel relationship as well.